US Amateur before you graduate to the PGA Tour and take part in the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Powered by official PGA Tour ShotLink and TrackMan data, Pure Strike allows for unique golf swings with a fluid feel. Pure Strike combines golf. As your golf game improves, so does your path to becoming a major champion. The tee is yours at 30 of the world's most exclusive. Customize your experience by select your gameplay preferences here. That's it. Now take a minute to look around or select Quick Play to get out to the course.
EA Sports, in partnership with the United States Golf Association, so proud to spotlight golf's best amateur talent from around the globe. Today, we bring you coverage from this opening round. We've got a full field ready to get rolling on this Thursday as we get a look at the early leaderboard. A number of folks in contention, including our leader. We get the round started here at Bandon Dunes with a par 4 measuring out at a couple of ticks under 400 yards. A safe drive should get you a nice uphill look to this green, but getting on the right tier is a must unless you want to start your day with a 70-foot putt. Okay, that's a good one to start safely in the fairway to get the tournament underway. And with that, we welcome Nota Begay III, four-time winner on the PGA Tour. And Nota, you've been in this spot, and every tournament is, in a way, a classroom. Maybe a classroom at Stanford, your alma mater. It's a chance to learn, isn't it?
It really is, and the hardest thing is to temper your expectations and to keep the nerves under control, because every single round from this point forward can be a stepping stone and an opportunity to learn and make your game better and move towards your ultimate goal of playing at the highest level.
A 6-footer now for birdie. Oh my, that singes the right edge, but doesn't go down. Safely in. It's a par here at the first, and he'll stay at level par. The second hole, a par 3 measuring 220 yards. In theory, it's a straightforward, though long, par 3. 2 bunkers left and short shouldn't be in play, but the hole does play deceivingly uphill, so a solid strike is a must. That's a quality shot right there, just left of the hole, and a birdie opportunity coming up.
Now a 7-footer.
A good opportunity lost there. That finished off for par here at the second, and he'll stay at even par. On to our first par 5 of the round, the 563-yard third hole. Bunkers dot the fairway on each side, and they're penal. But if you can avoid those, you'll find a wide, receptive green that will yield its share of 3s and 4s. Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Definitely within range of getting home in two. This, his second. That one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Length will be an issue here, no question, as will the speed down that slope. But this is for an eagle. Nope. So that safely in. It's a par here at the third. And he'll stay right where he is. Up next, we come to the par 4 fourth hole, which measures out at 443 yards. Beware that the rough is thick if you miss here, but a well-placed drive rewards you with our first real look at the Pacific, as you'll see that big expanse of blue and start to hear the crashing waves below. And that one looked good for a while, but it's going to get gobbled up by that bunker. A lot to worry about here as he digs in for his second. Well, you know he'd like to have that one back from 125 yards and misses the green.
It is a game of touch, and it is evidence right there when your touch is out. What a difference it makes. That ball went a long way past.
Oh, boy, that looked good for a long time, didn't it? But it stuck by right at the end. That one finished off. It is a bogey here at 4. And he'll drop back to 1 over par. On now to the number 1 handicap hole on the course. That is the 445-yard par 4 fifth. This one plays right along the bluffs of the Pacific. Keeping it straight here is the big key because trouble lurks on either side if your tee shot or your approach are wayward. Maybe some frustrations taken out there after that last hole. That was a big swing, and it is going to be a big result.
In golf, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that, a do-over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
Yeah, and it would be easy to leave this one short because we're going back up that hill with just the slightest bit of movement from left to right.
Yeah, that's a good putt. It is a par here at the 5th, and he'll stay at 1 over. We continue our turn northward along the bluffs as we come to the par 3 6th. It's another stout one at 217 yards. Most golfers will be happy to play toward the right center part of this large green and stay away from the trouble, including the cliff on the left. Yeah, that one came in a little hot. It's safely on, but it'll be a long look coming up. Gonna have to be a little careful with this one. It's for birdie. Yeah, that's good putt. That was a slippery one, but that's well done. Nicely read there. It is a par here at the 6th, and he'll remain right where he is. We make our turn away from the ocean now and head to the par 4 7th. At 411 yards, it offers a nice wide fairway to sort of bomb away into. That will likely leave an uphill approach for the second to a green that is one of the more difficult on the course. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. He'll be factoring in this breeze in his face as he sets for a second.
Well, the ball is on the green. That's about all I can say with that. With a short wedge in hand, you'd expect that certainly be much closer than that.
Just ideal. Good speed on that putt and just a tap in remaining. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7, and he'll stay right where he is. The 8th hole is a par 4 at 385 yards. This one similar in a lot of ways to the 3rd hole. The bigger hitters can easily clear those 2 fairway bunkers and, in theory, leave just a little pitch on for their second. that just did not want to settle. It'll wind up rolling off the fairway and into the heavy stuff. The lie is not a friendly one, but still a chance to get on in two with a good shot here. No, kind of underread that one, and it winds up missing below the hole. That one finished off. It's a bogey here at number 8, and that's going to move him back to 2 over par. Well, whereas the 8th was a short par 4, nothing short about our closing hole here on this front side. The par 5 9th topping out at 585 yards, the longest hole on the course. That said, birdie is certainly not out of the equation. That is, if you can avoid the pot bunkers in the landing area off the tee. Nope, that wasn't the right line, and he'll pay the price as this ball gonna run off the fairway and into the bunker. Getting out more important than distance here as he readies his second. Okay, that's a good, safe play. Get it back out into the fairway. Get some distance if you can, and gets it to try and make a good third on this par 5.
In my book, that's a good shot. You could really aim at the middle of just about every single green. If you did it all day long, some of those would finish up close, and you'd have plenty of birdie putts.
Not quite on line, and that'll drift a couple feet by. Just a tap in there for par at the 9th, and this will be a 2 over 38 on this front side. We begin the back 9 here at Bandon Dunes with a par 4 measuring out at 380 yards. It's yet another hole where that blue ocean catches your eye in the distance beyond. This hole, fairly straightforward, but big hitters should take note of that pot bunker that sits about 30 yards short of the green.
Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though.
So a poor tee shot at 10, now his second.
Just gave that way too much.
Now this, for birdie at 10.
And this one probably needs an extra nudge just to get it up that slope, but overall, it's not a difficult one.
Got it there, but not quite on target. So that's in for par to start this backside. And he'll remain at 2 over par. The 11th here at Bandon Dunes at 452 yards, a par 4. The putt bunker left of the fairway is the main concern on the tee shot. From there, an uphill second takes you to a green that slopes away and back toward the ocean beyond. And this, a tee shot that fits the eye, and that'll be just fine. Front left hole location here as we await his second to the par 4. Well, those are the shots that turn what you'd like to be a leisurely stroll out on the golf course into a day of hard work.
Yeah, what could have been a tap-in is now going to be a grind.
That slides by to the right. Just never had that on target. Safely in. It's a bogey here at number 11. And he'll slide back now to 3 over par. On to the par 3 12th hole. This is the number 18 handicap hole, so maybe that gives you a little reason for optimism. But par is not a bad score here as this measures out at 238 yards, the longest of the 4 par 3s. Oh dear, that looks thick in there. Still work to do to get this on the green. This is second.
Had to take the boxing gloves off on that one. No touch whatsoever, and this is a long, long putt coming back.
so well done that somehow is in to save par. And he'll hold steady at +3. We come now to the 13th, a 553-yard par 5. This hole reachable in 2. You may need to get lucky, though, on your drive, as rolling dunes could leave you with an uphill flyer lie or a tough downhill shot to contend with. Just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly. That ball was waving at the hole as it whizzed past.
A birdie opportunity here at 13.
Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of break in this overall. Distance very important. It might be one of those putts. Hit it firm, you take the break out altogether.
That's going to scoot a foot or two by. Okay, safely in for par here at 13, and he'll remain right where he is. On a course with so many great vistas, this is visually a tough hole, this par 4 14th. Look out in the fairway and you'll see pot bunkers to contend with in your landing area. If you can stay left of the danger, you will have a better look into an elongated green. Ooh. Okay, let's go back down on the ground and bring in Nota once again. And Nota, what are your impressions to this point?
Well, I'm impressed with the performance up to this point. A few mistakes here or there, but that's come to be expected in this type of scenario, in this type of format. But moving forward, I expect and anticipate to see some really good golf.
Okay, that's acceptable there. 18 feet from the bottom of the cup. That one just gonna sneak on by. No No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And he'll stay right where he is. On now to the final par 3 on the course, the 15th, listed at 206 yards. Don't be lulled to sleep by the sound of crashing waves and seagulls. This hole can bite you, especially if you don't avoid that front right bunker, the deepest on the course. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either, sitting up in the short grass. Looking back up from behind the green, a second to this par 3.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And he'll remain right where he is. Maybe the prettiest hole on the golf course, this par 4 16th. A plethora of options off the tee. Most end up deciding to see just how close to the green they can get it. Beware, though, of the ever-present bend and dunes putt bunkers, as well as some pretty thick gorse off to the right. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. So the great tee shot left him here, now his second from relatively close range. And that is going to be tough in there. That is into the heavy stuff.
$17-foot putt here.
Nope. Okay, went in for a bogey at 16. And that's going to move him back to 4 over. A lot of these holes here at Bend and Dunes have big, wide landing areas. That is not the case here at the par 4 17. You'll need to thread the needle here with bunkers on either side, thick rough on the left, and a canyon to the right. But a safe drive in the fairway can yield a pretty good look at your second. And that is not the spot to be. Pretty shaggy lie here as he'll try to muster up something for his second. Okay, it's not stone dead, but that's not too bad. From the heavy stuff to here, now this for birdie. Nope, I could have erased the bogey from the previous hole, but no dice there. Bit disappointing. Did all the hard work getting it out of the thick hay. Has to settle for par. No problems there. That's a par here at 17. And he'll remain at +4. So now it's on to the 18th here at Bandon Dunes. The fog's starting to thicken up a bit as we reach this 558-yard par 5. The big key is avoiding the bunkers off the tee. Do that, and you'll have a good chance to get out of here with a birdie or maybe even an eagle. And that was flirting with disaster the whole way, and it's going to wind up hopping into the bunker. Looking for a rousing finish, a second out of the sand at 18. Yeah, that's a good shot. Sand takes away any chance of going for the green in 2, but this is a nice recovery here to get back on track.
That's a head scratcher. That approach shot from relatively close in. I would have been looking at 10 to 15 feet.
Well, Iona's had a good look. Now this for birdie.
Yeah, it's a long putt, so pace is important, but there's not a whole lot to it. I fancy the chances of getting this close.
You might like this one. You might really like it. Oh, yeah, long distance for birdie here at 18. And this will be a disappointing opening round of 75. So today, probably a disappointment for our young amateur. Not the way you want to start off a big tournament.
Quite simply, it's a learning experience.